Greetings to our lovely viewers and our fans, students and prospective students of Londonist DMC. We're in the beautiful location in Kaya Artemis Hotel in Northern Cyprus, celebrating the 10th year anniversary of Londonist DMC. And I'm sat here with two of the most amazing and valuable employees and people who have actually helped build this company of Londonist DMC. Umang and Dinara, welcome. How are you feeling today?
Very good, Yasmine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very excited to be here to celebrate our anniversary and have this interview with you.
Dinara, how do you think is going on with the anniversary celebrations?
It's going really fantastic, and it's so great to see so much of our valued partners, and many of them came specifically for the event, and it's great to facilitate meaningful also conversations in the industry. So we are not only celebrating 10-year anniversary, but we're also bringing industry experts who bring their perspective of what's happening in our sector.
And Umang, you always dress so fabulously. You always have the best jackets. I can't wait to see what you're going to be wearing for the gala dinner.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Shall we talk a little bit about your position and your background with Londonist DMC?
I mean, my background and journey in London has been an emotional one, a great journey, one that I'll never forget. I actually met Asim 10 years ago in China, believe it or not, in Shanghai. And back then, 10 years ago, of course, I wasn't working for Londonist. And he said, one day you'll become our director. 10 years on, I'm sitting here, director of Londonist, So I started as a sales executive, moved to kind of a sales manager, head of sales. Sales runs through my veins still in the company. And now leading the company along with Asim on our global kind of perspective is kind of one of great honor, but one of great responsibility as well, one that I cherish. And everyone always asks me, what's the next 10 years for Londonist? And for us, we've got a great vision. It's not only that we've got a great team, and I think it's really that mindset that we have that really sets us apart. And doing things like this even today, for example, as Dinara said, bringing all of our industry leaders to a beautiful resort is something that not many people can do, And the future is extremely bright, especially in our sector. So really exciting times ahead.
And what about you, Dinara? Let's talk a little bit about your career path in Londonist.
It's been an exciting journey, and I'm really proud that I've been at the beginning of the journey, and together with Umang, and we managed to develop from salespeople, from sales roles to senior managers, and I'm so happy now at the moment. I'm leading my business development department, which officially we started last year, but I've been involved in day-to-day aspects of running business throughout the years. So we know business inside out, and we work collaboratively with all departments. And for me, it's also so delightful to see our departments and our offices from Turkey, from China, coming together and team and having this passion and sharing what we can't do online, sharing in person, these emotions, these experiences. It's just fantastic time.
Umang, so I've got a question for you.
Sure.
What makes a good salesman or saleswoman? And what makes you a good salesman?
I think sales is something that either you have or you don't have. I truly believe, although a lot of people say you can teach sales, you can improve, which is true, but I always think it's always in your blood or not. I think what makes a good salesperson is knowing your product, knowing your customer, and being attentive to that as well. I mean, sales, a customer needs to feel, or your team members need to feel empowered, right? When you know your product, I think that makes a huge difference. It's like anything, we're selling student accommodation, but we're selling high-end student accommodation. So they expect a certain level of service, a certain level of knowledge. And I think with a salesperson, you never switch off. You never, ever switch off. Even me, I wake up in the morning, the first thing I check, some people may check their Instagram. Some people may check their TikTok. I check the sales. And that's never going to change.
That's passion right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you another question. So I don't know if you're involved with hiring new people into the company or not. Are you at all?
Yes.
So say, for example, someone wants to apply for a junior position within Londonist DMC. What do you look for?
Yeah, for us as a business, as I said, it's not just about Asim, myself, Dinara. It's actually about empowering the team. We know for the growth of the company now, we need a great team behind us now to grow that company. So in terms of hiring, for me personally, I never look at the CV. I never look at their background. Of course, that's important, their qualifications. But I think too many companies look at which university you went to, what did you get in your degree. For me, it's about that person, that personality. Can they be trained? Do they have that mentality? Do they have that passion? Do they have that hunger? I think those elements are key in recruiting kind of long-term talent. And I think that's why we've always been successful in the business.
Hunger in the eyes is the first thing that we look at the interviews, believe us. That's the first thing.
Hunger in the eyes, guys. Take a note. And yeah, okay. So you and Asim Bey met at a recruitment event. What was it about you that made him think, okay, I need to make sure that I hire Dinara. She's amazing. What do you think were the skills that you possess that made him say that?
That's a very interesting question. I remember when I came for the interview, and I had a privilege to have an interview with Asim Bey directly, straight away. And he was asking questions, and he asked me, can I make a business development plan for him? And he said, you may do it now, or you may come tomorrow and bring your paper with you and your thoughts. And I said to him, I'm going to do this now. And I outlined a few aspects, and how great is that to just remember that we had virtual reality as one of the bullet points that I put in the business development plan. And we implemented this in our business. So that was quite a good memory to remember.
Wow, amazing. And we've been talking a lot about virtual reality in our panel discussion earlier. So if you guys want to watch that, that's also going to be available on our YouTube channel. And I want to get back to you, Dinara, a little bit about mindset. What kind of mindset work do you do to ensure that you're successful in your career as a woman? I don't want to be sexist, but obviously you're in quite a senior position. You are a woman. So what are some of the challenges that you faced, and what kind of mindset did you have to combat those challenges?
Thank you for this question. I think for us it's really important to power conversations that matter, equality in the workplace and diversity. We are part of quite a few associations which encourage women to progress in their workplace, and I'm so happy to make my contributions and learn from them, and it's an ongoing process.
Amazing. Umang, I've got an interesting question for you. How do you deal with challenging customers?
Yeah, I mean, we deal with challenging customers since the beginning. Of course, as I said, we're dealing with an international student base. So whether they're from the Middle East, whether they're from South America or kind of Asia, you're always dealing with different challenges. But I think, A, we have a multilingual team that understands people. That always builds empathy with the kind of customers. I think B is having a 24-hour team around the clock. So of course, a lot of customers may complain, oh, I had to wait this hours and this hours, but when you're attentive to them, that really makes a huge difference. And finally, it's just being empathetic as a customer. We're all customers in this world, right? Whether that you going shopping or you buying a car. So we know what it's like on the other side. So with our business, I mean, the saying is always the customer's always right. Whether I agree with that or not, I'm not too sure working in the student accommodation agency, but you have to be polite and you have to be attentive to every single case. So I think that's always the mindset we're putting into our kind of team.
Absolutely. Well. Absolutely. I agree with Umang's point of view. And I think I would also add, I think the fact that we put well-being on the forefront of our customer support, and we actually try to understand student needs, and we have to understand what difficulties they have, how can we address these gaps, and how can we actually bring value. And that's the reason, as Asim Bey mentioned today, we don't really call them customers. We treat them as students, international students, domestic students, and we are here to help them.
Dinara, my next question is going to be for you. What does the future hold for Londonist DMC, and what are your plans? Without giving away too much information, if it is confidential, I don't know, maybe we've got like some crazy technological developments up and coming, but maybe you'd like to mention a few things.
So a lot of developments happening, and recently we managed to acquire quite a large allocation of rooms, and subsequently this required us to scale up and required us to improve our functionality of our systems. It's inevitable that we had to improve our technological solutions. We came up to the market with a student portal. We are about to roll out a new development for B2B, which is partner portal, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. Ambassador app, there are quite a few technological solutions on the way. And going back to your question, the aim is to make Londonist as a comprehensive hospitality brand, which comprises of Londonist technologies, Londonist hospitality, all like an umbrella brand which caters the needs.
Umang, I've got a two-faceted question for you. What kind of improvements can someone make to be as successful as you, both offline, as in person, and online? What kind of an online presence should one person have to have a successful career path in sales?
Yeah, I think success is defined in many different ways, right? I mean, people may define that, whether that will be in terms of monetary values, success maybe in terms of online presence. But I think we're living in a world now where everyone is looking online, like, you know, maybe what's your presence online and all these different things. I think success is really actually defined by your personality and how you are with the people. I think Asim Bey, myself, Dinara, as much as a business has grown, we've always remained in touch with the previous partners and all of our students. I mean, I personally still got a student that's booked with me for the last 7 years, and she's always remembered that time, you know, despite me being able to potentially pass that to the team. I think that success is kind of never getting ahead of yourself, and I think that's why Londonist is here today, because we're all from humble beginnings. We always will remain that in our heart. And I think success, again, is really, as I said, for me, it's not monetary. It's kind of having an impact. That's what the success really lies in.
And what about you, Dinara? What kind of an online presence should one person have, present themselves in a professional manner to attract the right kind of career path?
That's a very good question. I believe there should be a social mission. There should be a mission behind that, a mission behind everything you do. We believe in a mission of facilitating young travelers to UK and helping them with accommodation, with student-related services. And this mission goes on a global scale. How can we work with other businesses? How we can assist each other in terms, not only in terms of generating profit, but also facilitate young travelers and enhance their experience in UK. And obviously, we also have plans to expand further.
I think just to add to that as well, like I think with students, for us, your net worth is your network. You know, there was a seminar today about networking. And I think Dinara and I and Asim Bey have been really, that's been the forefront of our mindset. You know, wherever you're going, you don't know who you're going to be speaking to. So, of course, there's loads of industry events, but you could be on a flight and sitting next to someone, strike up a conversation, and beyond you know it, you know, that could be part of your net worth, you know. So it's also bringing people together within your network. So it's not being selfish and being like, okay, that's my network. It's introducing people, and that's part of a larger ecosystem that will add value in the future.
Yes, as Umang said, we like to be out and about and networking and creating these connections, which eventually come up as a partnership and benefits all sides.
Any final words of advice for our viewers?
I think for me, as I said, I mean, like, Yasmine, you did my career interview.
Yes.
And back then, my advice is always the same. Your mindset is key. And then if you have that mindset in your head that you will be successful, you truly will be. And people don't envision too much in their mind of what could be and what can happen. But I think when you put your mind to something, you really, really will achieve it. And I think that power of the mind is something that is overlooked a lot. And I think even especially because we're working with students, right? The world is your oyster. You know, they're coming to London from around the world. I would always say make the most of every single opportunity that you have. And that could be the littlest things that you don't even imagine. But just make the most of it and that will come back to you.
I love that. And what about you, Dinara?
Yeah, we are looking for another decade of success, and we are looking for more partnership, beneficial partnership with our valued partners. And I can't stop repeating how great is that to gather together booking platforms, agencies, providers, architects, and all of them bringing their perspective to the table and sharing ideas and challenges and opportunities that we have in the industry. And we are so happy at Londonist that we created this platform where we can facilitate these conversations and each other, help other businesses to flourish and eventually contribute to economy.
Umang, Dinara, thank you so much for your time and this wonderful interview in this amazing location.
Thank you so much. Thank you.